Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. We made it. It's the weekend. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. We will begin in just a couple of minutes, so sit back, relax, grab a snack, grab a coffee, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's get going. There's nothing else to do but to start. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining me again. It is the weekend, thankfully, and we will continue working on my journey to learn Inertia with React. Wednesday was a train wreck. It can't happen again twice, right? It can't. We're not, just to set the expectations right away, we're not going to touch the tags just yet. I didn't have time to look into it. Well, I did look into it a little bit, but didn't get to any solution. So we are not going to talk about tags just yet. Haven't given up. We will make it. We will have a tags input. We will make it ourselves. But I think what I need right now, because the made component, the build component route didn't really work. There's always the problem that they always come with their own set of styles, and having the styles match the page styles is not always smooth. They not always use Tailwind CSS, for example. So that's a problem. What I think I'm going to do is, instead of looking for a build option, I'm going to look for a tutorial. This is the time where a tutorial might help, because guess what? I'm stuck on that. That got me stuck. Now I need a tutorial to get me unstuck. I'm going to look for a few options. I'm going to take some notes. I'm not going to implement it off stream. I want to do it everything live. But yeah, we are probably going to take a look at a tutorial. Maybe we will look at the tutorial live, or I will look at the tutorial myself, make notes about what I have to do, and then try to do it myself, because that's another way that you can follow tutorials. You can watch a tutorial without following along, take notes, and then try to implement it in your own way. That way you actually engage with what you learned, instead of just following along with instructions, which doesn't teach you anything. But that's not today. What we are going to do today is we're going to fix the file upload that we managed to get working on Wednesday, and we are going to work on the list, the post list. Let me get this a little bit chill because it's kind of hot. There you go. We're gonna make that list. We're gonna try to make that list look more like the inspiration, which is Lara jobs. We're gonna make use of the files that we are uploading and try to make the list look a lot like Lara jobs. So yeah, that is the goal for today. Hopefully we can make progress. And on that note, I'm going to grab, actually, I'm going to go to Lara jobs. And for the purposes of learning and for the purposes of example, I think I'm just going to grab a few of these images and just use them. Oh, there are instances. Did we make the image not required? I can't remember. I think we did. Company logo, it's not required. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to grab maybe 2 or 3 of this. Where is the image? Looking for you. All right, let's take me to this PNG, please. Copy link address. Save image as. And for now, let's just put it on the desktop. Yeah, that'll do. Let's just call it logo 1. Grab this other one right here. That one went into downloads. No, 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 no. Desktop. And let's grab another one. How about this? All right. That'll give us something to start. But before we even do that, why don't we try and mock up the card design that we have here, everything but the tags. I think we have everything that we need. We have the creation date. We can format this to make it human friendly. What is this? I think we can make this the employment type. This is the company name, I think. Company name, this is the title. No, this is the employment type. What is this then? Is this the location? I don't think that's the location. There's nothing that indicates what this is about. Hmm. Yeah, interesting. I guess we can just omit that bit there and just make it, just put the calendar icon with the creation date in human format. Okay, let's start with that. First thing I want to do, let's match the font weight from here. I didn't want to click that. Come on. Back, 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 back. Go back, please. And so we have this div here. Then we have a span. And this is the one. So it's text LG font bold. What's the component name? Index. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. So let's put this, what was it, inside of a span, was it? No, it's a paragraph. Text LG font bold. Now they're using, is this, I don't see anything that says this can be a gray, a dark mode page anywhere. Yeah, no. So let's just keep the same gray, which is 100, but make it large and bold. Okay. And now let's stack the company name and the employment type on top and bottom. I guess what they're doing here, if I'm not mistaken, they're using flex. There is a flex. Okay, so there is a flex container. They're using a flex call. That's interesting. Oh, no. They're using a flex call when it's small, like this. Right. In that case, I lost it. Where is it? Here. So in that case, both this and so it's two parts. Is this part and this part. Those two are in a flex container. If it's small, then they're stacked in a column, but in medium or large devices, medium and up, they are stacked in a row like this. Yeah, let's do that. Because we can add a div here. Then it was with full. Yeah, that's it. And then the container, it's flex 1, so it's going to grow. It's going to take all the available space. It's going to be a minimum width of 0. Adding x2. Okay. I guess that is going to be this one. Adding x2 by default. Then on medium, it's going to be padding left 6. And then a margin bottom of 2. I think that's what's that for? What's that for? Okay, so I see. So if we give it a margin bottom of 2, that's on small devices. So if when they are stacked in a column, they will have they will have some separation, but otherwise margin bottom, it's going to be 0 on large, medium and large devices. And also with full as well. Okay. Then we can add, what is this span for? It's like this span, it's absolute. What is the relative container? This one. It's like a cover for the entire thing. I don't know what for. I guess we don't need it. So now we just need to add 3 paragraphs. First one and last one will be text small with a slightly lighter gray. They're using truncate as well. Okay. Let's try this. So we know we have the job available, not jib, job. This is the company job. Wait, what is the relationship name? In post, we don't have a relationship. We need one. Oh, we don't need it. That's just a string, company name. Duh. Company name. Class name text. SM. And let's see. If by default the color it's text gray 900, let's just take it down to text gray 500, I think it was. And then on dark, we have to go the other way. So this went from 9 to 5. So this one goes from 1 to 5 again. Yes. We'll see how it looks. Maybe a little darker. Maybe 400 should be fine. Yeah. I mean, yeah. One thing I don't like is I lost padding on top and bottom. I think I'm missing something there because there is padding here. Maybe it's just this one here. Or the one above. No, there's one more. Oh, this one right here. So there is another container. And actually, this is the container that has the rounding and the shadow. So this one. Much padding here. So X, padding X2 and 6. 2 and 6. And then padding Y5. Always 5, I say. Then flex, item center. The space X is 3. How much am I using? I'm using space X, space. Why is there a space X here? Hey, Sia Films. Hello, my week was great. How was your week? Well, it was a good week. I will say that. I got a lot accomplished at work, which is good. And we managed to publish or deploy a big project on the weekend, and it has had like minimal bugs and fixes, so that was great. And stream wise, it's been good. We wrap up a project on Monday. We had a train wreck on Wednesday, which is always great. I mean, it's part of the process. And now it's Friday and we're streaming again. So it's been a good week, all in all. And I'm happy that you had a good week too. Rodrigue Shot, hello. Happy to see you again. Happy to see you again. Thank you so much for joining me. So great to see you guys. So it's a great way to close a good week. Oh, and I managed to keep my gym schedule, which has been a pain to maintain with everything else. Like, I've been trying to at least go to the gym 3 times a week. Last week I couldn't do it, but this week I kept my schedule. I improved my sleeping schedule as well. So I've been getting at around 6 7 hours of sleep from 4 to 5 that I was getting like 2 weeks ago. So yep, progress, it's being made. So I was wondering why there is a SpaceX 3 here. What are you separating? You got more walking. That's awesome. It's always important to get your steps in. It's kind of difficult for me. That's why it was getting difficult because I was doing nothing. No exercise, no walks, no nothing. The streets here are not very friendly for taking walks. Uh, the dog culture here is a lot different from the US. If you have a dog in the US, you have to pretty much have it in your house, and if you go out with it, you have to take a leash. Sometimes, well, most of the time that happens. Here, not so much. In my street alone, there are like at least 5 dogs that just roam around freely. So they're not violent or anything, but it makes the streets a little, yeah, you don't feel like you're breathing fresh air when you go out. That's a problem. So that's why I had to go to a gym to get my steps in, get some calories burned, etc. But I'm really happy that you got more walks, more steps in the last 2 weeks. Otherwise, oh man, especially when you cross the 40 threshold, you start to lose the ability to burn fat. I don't know what happens. Your metabolism starts to slow down, and you start to get the little belly. You start to get a little pouchy. But yeah, exercise. It's always good, and receiving sun as well. Vitamin. What is it? It's not C. E. What's the vitamin from the sun? Vitamin D. D. That's the one. Oh, I know why. Now that I think about it. So this has a SpaceX 3 because normally there is another element here. It's not there isn't here, but in this one, when you have a logo, so this is the div, this is the div with the logo, so they are on top of each other, and this is the wrapper. So yeah, that's the SpaceX 3. So there is some separation between the two. I guess I'll just add it. MD SpaceX 3. That's amazing. That's a lot of steps. Congratulations. That's awesome. That is incredibly healthy, and that is an achievement not everyone gets. So you should be proud of yourself. That's awesome. Hold on. I think I know what's going on here. I feel like really hot, and just realized I still have my coat on. So let me take this off. Oh boy. Here we go. Ah, yeah, that's better. Whew. Okay, so we got that. For how long do you go to, like, that's in the day, right? 6,000 steps a day. So I'm guessing you just take regular walks around, or is that just inside the house, or the one thing that I do try to keep, and I've been having a perfect week for the last 3 months. It's I the standing up thing, because due to my job, I have to be in front of my computer like pretty much all day. So I do have regular reminders to stand up and walk around. So that's one of the many things that this thing has helped me a lot, is being a little bit more healthy, taking care of myself a little bit more, which is always important. Let's see. All right, let's just finish with the next paragraph, which is the employment type. Copy this, yoink, paste. Do I have a standing desk? No, that's a problem. That's one issue. I have my desk is pretty big. I think I've shown pictures of my workstation, but it's solid. It's not a standing desk. So I do have to every 30 minutes every no it goes like this. I work for an hour, 2 hours, and then I stand up and walk around for 10, 7 minutes. So that's like my routine, actually. So I just stand up. I have a second floor, so I stand up, go up the stairs, down the stairs. I go outside, take a lap around the house, and then come back. You count all your steps during the day? Yeah, still. I mean, 6,000 steps is like, how many steps did I? Now I'm curious. Hold on. I wonder if this gives me steps. Do you have steps? Calories? No. Exercise? No. Standing up? Yeah, no. I only get like moving targets, like move around. How many calories I burned during the day, how many exercise I did, and how many times I stood up between in 1 hour. So yeah, I don't know about my steps. Ow. I believe this is employment type, but this is a this is an enum column, so I have to get the label. Was it label or get label? I think it was label. Oh, there was no label. It was in another project. But actually, what? I'm gonna need that, or maybe not. What if I just do, what is it? This. Nope, it doesn't work. So it does give me the one with spaces. Bcrypt81, good morning to you, sir. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for joining me. I used to stand up all day at my desk. Now I only stand up for meetings. I would have up to a few meetings depending on the day. Yeah, that's the I did have a stand-up meeting when I was working on an office. Didn't like it much though. It's one thing that I have is if I'm standing up but standing still, I start to get back pains. Yeah, I don't know when I got that DLC, but I actually have to get moving, start moving around because if I'm standing still, I start like getting cramps. So standing desk doesn't really help me. All right, I'm gonna go to YouTube real quick. Bcrypt, you want to have one down with use form, sorry, use form hook of inertia. If I can answer it, I will, but you have to remember I am actually learning myself. So maybe we can go to documentation and see if it's easy to find. Rodrigo, Arturo, I switched from Windows to Ubuntu to fix filament PHP slow performance and timeout errors. I'm finishing the setup and I will test filament PHP soon. How is the setup going so far? Are you asking me how is my setup going? I mean, I guess it's good. I mean, all of my setup is already set up, so I don't really have anything to fix. How do you send a JSON? Hold on. Little bug. How do you send JSON to backend? You don't have to worry about send JSON to backend. JSON value assigning to key of use form hook. So the way I understand it is when you have your use form. Let's go to the code real quick. So use form will give you this data array. And you recommend me for Ubuntu? Here's the thing, the only time I use Ubuntu is at work and I only use it on SSH connection, so only terminal. So if you are asking me for a recommendation to use Ubuntu as your main development machine or your main environment, I cannot make that recommendation for you because I have only used either Mac, which is what I would recommend because it's what I like to use, or Windows. And I honestly only would recommend Windows if you don't have a Mac. I don't know. If I get to choose, I always go for Mac, and then Windows, and I've never used Ubuntu or Linux. I guess my question is why. I think you mentioned that that was your. It was because of a budget thing that you would go for Ubuntu, like is the more economical option. I don't remember. But the operating system is just the tool that you use for work. It has to do with whether you're comfortable using it, whether it's going to help better performance at your work, and ultimately if you like it or not. Suppose you have a key company that should have JSON data like name, company name, logo here. So are you saying that you want to store JSON data inside a database column? Or the company itself is just comprised of name, logo, etc. Like, for example, post. A post is comprised of title, location, employment, URL. So do you need to have, like, for example, like another column that has in it has JSON data, or you just need the company information in JSON? I made a lot of made a lot of questions. So I'm going to assume JSON column. Yes? I'll give you time to answer. I am about 30% done with where I want my C Films website GitHub repo to be at. Oh, you have a website? Is it not? Oh, okay. You're saying it's about 30%. Is this for your company or is it a personal website? Another key with JSON value. What I would do, all off the top of my head, is I would just do something like this. Like, what is it? Name, etc. So if you do this on a column, that means that that column becomes another array. The JSON encryption, the JSON serialization, you don't have to worry about that. That takes Inertia takes care of that. All you have to do is taking care of setting the data using set data. So when you get what you get back in data is just it's not acceptable. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna try it. I will have to basically change. But what you're saying is it won't let you send values here. So this has to be like a single value, a simple type. Is that what you're saying? The C Films website is live. It's GitHub. It's out of date. Now I want to see it. You made a mistake. Is that the one? Seattle movies, Seattle born, everything about Seattle. Hmm, nice. I used to go to Portland. I'm familiar with Portland, the Portland area, Idaho, Alaska. That's the right website. Oh, nice. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, it looks nice. So BigCrypt, I'm not getting any errors by using an extra key value here. Let me do this. Let's try something. Ooh, not so far. Not so far. Like there. How about we do company here? Logo. Or just, let's just do name, for example. You can't assign value to JSON from form. Okay. Why? I guess it's set data. It's a set data thing. So you can't do something like, you can do that. Mm, yeah, you're right. You can't. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I'll have to look it up myself because, to be honest, I have no idea. That's an interesting problem. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't help you with that, but like I said, I know just as much as you do on when it comes to inertia in React. So if I can find an answer during this weekend, I do have to go into the Discord server. There are a few questions there that I need to answer, so I'm gonna maybe make a note for this one as well, and maybe I'll put it in the general discussion or something. I'll let you know. There is use form from another package from where you can do it. Huh. I believe you can pass an object. What is that? Is that a bot? Am I a streamer now? Best viewers on what? Yeah, that's a bot. I believe you can pass an object to set data. Yeah, but you have to tell set data the field that you. Oh, but you have to tell what field you're modifying. So if I pass company and then pass an object, would that work? Something like, what did we say? Something like that? Maybe you can try that. That would work because it will assign a value to company, which is the another object which will override. Let me take a look because I have an abstraction on my used form implementation. Okay, take your time. That does make some sense. That should work. Well, okay. So Big Crypt, maybe you can try something like this, which from what I can see, I'm not going to try it, but from what I can see, it's just you assigning the um, company column an object which will turn into another JSON key value object. So you will be effectively overriding the object that company holds every time you change the value on the field that you're looking for. Let me ban this little bot here. Can I ban people? Mm, yeah, maybe block. Warn, timeout, ban. There you go. Bye bye. Let me undo that. Okie dokes. Back to what we were doing. So this is employment type, which comes from employment type enum. The one thing that I don't understand is that this is other with lowercase o. What did I do in the form? Interesting that this got a lowercase o. Maybe not. I think these are all created using the seeder, so that's fine. This one is fine. So yeah, I get what I need. All right, that looks good so far. What's next? Creation date on this side. Yeah. Did we import the icons? I don't remember if we did. I don't think we did. Oh, and by the way, I just noticed that when you're logged in, I lose the post a job button. I have to fix that. So to do that, we already have this in a Flex container. So this Flex container is the one that has the company information or the post information. Then we need another for this. So it'll be another div here, and then no, that's not the one. This one right there. So this one has flex none, but on large devices it's flex. All right. So and flex call. Flex none, flex call. It's flex call by default. Okay, let's do that. So when it's on a small device, it doesn't do any flex. It's not a flex container, only if it's on a larger device, and it's always column by default. And if it's on a large device as well, it justify everything to the end. So justify end, MD. Opa. Another query of mine, is there any way to hide backend sent data from the attribute of first child of body tag? It stores data in the form of JSON and displays everything in JSON, which seems insecure. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know, if I'm being honest. No idea. Should write this down. Hold on. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to look it up. And I'm going to find out. Where's my pen? Here we go. Let's take a quick glance in documentation, see if there is anything that can be inferred at first glance. Nothing that I can find just real quick. Yeah, I don't know. Try to find out, but can't answer that. All right. We said justify end. And also text small. There. That should do it. Now, inside this, we have another div. I don't think we need the flex. It's just going to be one item. So probably just flex, item center. Yeah. No margin. Text small. Okay. This is where the icon will go. I don't think we have any icons created for this project. We haven't used any. So we can probably get away with just the SVG. Let's go to hero icons and grab that calendar. This would do. Let's do the mini. So let's copy this SVG and paste it here. It's right there, but it's black. And it's also at the bottom. think it's because of this. Should be justify start. There you go. All right, so we have the icon. Now let's put the date next to it. Now we're going to use carbon for this. Or no, we can't use carbon because we are, I'm still in my Livewire Laravel mindset. Can't use carbon. We have to use date functions. So if we do job created at, just like that, that's awful. Can't we put the text color? By the way, this color is a lot lighter. So let's put the text color on the parent so that I don't have to replicate it over and over. Let's put it here. I think we said 400. Okay, now it's too cold in here. 400, I think it's what we agreed upon. Yes, that's good. Now let's remove the text color from the SVG. All right, now we have to do something with that date. How can we do it? Is there a way to do this in plain JavaScript, or do I need a package for it? Or maybe just use moment? No, that's a function. That's a whole other thing. No, this is not it. Yeah, I mean, that was my first instinct. Can I send the date formatted? Let me check. Hold on. So here's the problem. What I'm sending down, it's just an array. It's basically taking the collection from PHP or from this query, and I'm just passing it down to, I'm passing it to Inertia, so Inertia will decode that data JSON in JSON format and then send it and pass it as props to the React component, which means that when I'm displaying that data in the React component, I can't use Carbon because it becomes just a date, just becomes the date string. So I if I want to format it, I will have to do it in React. How can I intercept it on the model? With a cast? Okay, that makes sense. If you're going to do it in React, you can use something like date fns. What is date fns? Let me look into that first, and if not, we will look into the casting option. It's another utility. I would rather not have to bring in another package. If I could do it in the model, that'll be ideal. Let me see. Yeah, because yeah, if I cast it and format it there, then it will reach React already formatted, so I don't have to do anything. JavaScript moment. Yeah, I'm always hesitant to just bring in packages like willy nilly. If you're not careful, you're gonna end up with a lot of packages that you don't need or that you don't use or are going to be a problem to maintain later. So as little packages as possible. That is my motto. So let's look into the casting thing. I think that makes sense. Yeah, until temporal is released in JS, you have to use datetime packages. Otherwise, you'll have to create the functionality in JS. Okay. Noted. Date casting. When defining a date or datetime cast, you may also specify the date's format. This format will be used when model is serialized to an array or JSON. Right, but can I use like mutator here? There you go. You may customize the default serialization format for all of your model's dates by defining a serialized date method on your model. This method does not affect how your dates are formatted for storage in databases. This is what I need. I'm going to copy this function here and just modify it in my post model. Why do you complain? I need to import the datetime interface. Datetime interface. Mm. So what I get here is not the not the carbon instance. So I'm guessing I'll have to create another carbon. Also note the inertia and a few other builds have tree shaking. Cool. Follow up follow up question. What's tree shaking? Hi man, how you doing, man? Thank you so much for joining me. What's tree shaking? Prasanjit, hello sir. Hello to you, sir. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining me. So glad to see you here. Due to when we shake the branch of a tree, it possesses a state of what? This is not what I'm doing. Like literal tree shaking. That's not what I'm looking at. So, for instance, you install date fns and you only used one function during the build. All unused code will not be. Oh, that's good. I guess that's okay. Reduces clutter. By default, the date and datetime cast will serialize dates to a UTC date. Yes, regardless of the time zone. You are strongly encouraged to always use this serialization format as well as stores the application dates UTC. Yep. Consistently using the UTC time zone throughout your application will provide the maximum level of interoperability with other date manipulation libraries written in PHP and JavaScript. Casting doesn't follow user time zone. Crap. Yeah, it's starting to look like that, Basic Coder. Did I say hi to you, by the way? Hi, Basic Coder. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for helping. It looks like I am going to have to use date FNS, yes. Hello. Yeah, let's just do it. Stop complaining. There you go. That's what I want. All right, documentation. This is very small. Getting started. Introduction, submodules, installation. There. What is this? Anyway. So that's in. I can import it, like format distance. Yeah, let's do this. This is basically what I need. I'm gonna copy this. Head over to, where is it, job board? Is it, it's gotta be index right here. Head over to the top. Paste that. And then here. So when I do new date, I can pass the actual date, right? Wait. I can do new date for the current date and then new date for the actual date. And what is this for? Let's try this out. I'm close. Now I just need to make it so that the subtract, what is this? Where did I use class? What are you talking about? Class, did you mean class name? Yes, but where? Oh, here, class name. Clip rule. What? What? Here. Clip rule, and I'm guessing you're going to complain about field rule. There. Okay. React. So now I just need to subtract the date that is coming in. So what if is it already a date? So how about we do job created at? It breaks. Oh, I didn't think about that. You are smart. Oh my god, this is hard. JavaScript is not a joke. Is it good now? I can see myself talking, so I'm guessing yes. Can you see me? All right, good. I hope Twitch is fine as well. So, give me a moment. Yes. So, why is it coming like this now? Oh, I added something. Hold on. I think I know what the problem is. So let's go to post and remove this serialized date. All right, so I get that. Can I turn this into a date? Unexpected token. So that? Yeah. So I can turn that into a date. Let's see. Maybe it'll work now. So format distance. So the first parameter is the date in the past because it's just taking 3 days out of the current date, and then this one is the older date, the second one. So I guess I can do something like this. What is the method name again? Format distance. So the first parameter is the later date, which is a date. So I can do new date and just use job created at, which is the later date, and then new date, which is the current date, the earlier date. Yeah, I was doing something stupid. I was being stupid. Yeah, that's that. That's it. That's what I needed. That wasn't so hard, wasn't it? Thank you for helping me. Now let's do. This is to stick together. Let's make some separation between those two. Fake, fake Kevin. I know what that means, and yes, it is hilarious. But thank you so much for joining me, and hope you're having fun. Yes, and you can modify the output in the third parameter if need be. What's the third parameter for? Oh, the suffix, right? Let me grab that actually. I do want that. Me do wants that. Add suffix, true. Awesome. All right, let's separate the icon from the text because that looks awful. So I'm guessing, let me see, if SVG, class item center, gap 2. Cool beans. It's already looking pretty neat, isn't it? All we need now is the icons. Why don't you use TypeScript? Because I don't know TypeScript. I'm currently learning, what is it? I'm trying to learn Inertia with React. So one step at a time. I'm only familiar with, I'm a little bit familiar with JavaScript, more familiar than I am with TypeScript. So I'm kind of just taking it one step at a time. Don't want to overload my brain because my brain would explode. Now we need graphics. The same as JavaScript but has type? Yes, I am aware, but just hearing the term TypeScript makes me like eh, brain freeze. So you would have to indulge me and just let me use JavaScript for now. Even using JavaScript, I'm a bit of a toddler, so we. What was I doing here? I don't think I need this last name here. All right, we are going to add the logos now. I'm just going to use a placeholder for now so that I can put it in the place that needs to go. And then I'm going to create more entries with the file, which we haven't got to the file part yet. Let's see. Thank you. You can go away. You can go away as well. How do they do this? Cool little off-center thingy. I think I have an idea, but we'll see. Okay, so they have a div flex shrink 0 margin bottom. I'm guessing they're using a negative there, minus left. That's what I need. And this one has an image. So I'm just gonna grab this image, logo underscore 2. I'm gonna put it, for the sake of testing,